Welcome back to Thinks Out Loud. I'm Tim Peter. I'm regularly asked whether AI will kill content marketing for customer acquisition. My answer to this question has never changed, not once. That answer is AI will only kill content marketing for customer acquisition if we let it. Content is your company's 24 by 7 by 365 customer service person. It's your 24 by 7 by 365 sales rep. It's your job to make sure that your content does its job effectively and efficiently. Yes, the availability of AI makes producing quality content relatively cheap and relatively easy. As I've mentioned at the time, and many times before, whenever new technologies make marketing and customer acquisition easier for everyone, they end up making marketing and customer acquisition harder for everyone. Right? It's just sort of a law of nature. It's absolutely true that your competitors can flood the marketplace with cheap and pretty decent content on social and search, and as a result, make it harder for you to cut through and reach your customers. That's all true. It's also true that it's largely within your control how you put these tools to work, and critically, how you make them work for your brand and business. In this episode from our archives that you're about to hear, I looked at why AI probably won't kill content marketing for customer acquisition. I talked about how marketers and the companies they work for can use AI to provide information and insights that address their customers' wants and needs and hopes and fears. I talked about the role that AI plays in improving personalized experiences and content creation at scale, while also focusing on how you can be more human and drive better customer connection and ultimately increased company revenues. To talk you through how you can do this, I'm going to dig into our archives with a repost of a prior episode that asked and answered, will AI kill content marketing for customer acquisition? Here it comes right now. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's get the first question out of the way right up front. Will AI kill content marketing for customer acquisition? My answer is pretty straightforward. Only if we let it. If you've listened to the show for any amount of time, you know that I'm not an either or kind of person. I'm all about both and. AI absolutely has its place. This is about both AI and quality content. And AI has a place in making that happen. That place, what it can do for us, will undoubtedly grow over time. AI is great for helping you brainstorm new content ideas. It's amazing for helping you research your customers and their needs. AI can do a credible job, sometimes better than credible, at first drafts and editing. You can use AI to review your content and offer valuable feedback about how well you make your points, all from the point of view of your customers, as well as using it for more tactical items like grammar and style tips. It's also able to automate developing and delivering personalized headlines and copy and imagery at scale. These are common features in all manner of digital tools today, not just large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, or Google's Gemini. They're super helpful, automating the time consuming and expensive parts of creating content at scale. I also think that you almost certainly don't want AI to become the face of your brand. Let's start by remembering Jeff Bezos' advice about what won't change. What are the things we know aren't going to change? One thing that's not going to change is that your customers value companies that take care of them more than anything. They want to work with companies that make their lives easier. That's true, and it's always true. Another truth is that people want to work with people. My friend Mark Schaefer, in his book Belonging to the Brand: Why Community is the Last Great Marketing Strategy, argues compellingly that customers continually seek a community that matches their values and concerns. To borrow a phrase, we all want someplace where everybody knows your name. That's why personalization shows up every year on every list of the big trends shaping marketing and customer acquisition. This is actually highly related to the point about customers wanting to work with companies that make their lives easier. It's not that customers want personalization, it's that they want companies that understand and address their wants, their needs, their hopes, and their fears. They want to be seen and heard as individuals, as human beings. How many times have you heard people in marketing talking about using surprise and delight to drive customer acquisition and retention? The sad truth is that far too often, understanding customers and meeting their needs qualifies as surprising and delightful. At least in theory, no one should be better at doing that than another human being, and in particular, another human being who genuinely cares. My point here is that Mark is spot on. Community matters. And in a world where AI plays an increasingly prominent role in our lives, being human matters. It gives you a way to connect with current and potential customers in a real, live, human way. If you tilt your head and squint, it's actually pretty easy to see how community itself is a sort of personalization. Community demonstrates that you're talking to individuals who share the same values and concerns as they do. It's a fundamentally human way of demonstrating your own humanity and your company's humanity. I predict that the companies that do the best job of connecting with their customers as human beings, the companies who center human beings, will be the big winners over the next decade, whether they're large businesses or small businesses. And that will be true even if they use AI under the hood or behind the scenes. So, what has all that got to do with content marketing? Actually, everything. No one wants to read or listen to or watch or experience machine generated content. No one wants generic content that lacks a clear point of view or a style. They don't want content that isn't tailored to themselves or the communities that matter to them. They want to know you're talking to them, both as individuals and as members of the communities that matter to them. They want to hear your voice, both literally and figuratively. Customers want to know who they're dealing with. And if I can make another bold prediction, we're going to see, I think, a very real, very serious pushback on AI generated content. We're already starting to see it. Your customers, the human beings that you talk to and with every day, want to hear from other human beings. They want to hear from people they trust. They want to see and hear from and connect with people, ideally a person, someone they know and trust. Part of creating quality content that matters for your customers is putting a human face to that content. So why not show them who's behind it? If you've got a webinar or a podcast or a video, you want to be clear about who the people in these conversations are and what they share in common with your customers. There's a reason that podcasts have the same hosts all the time. They're all about building a personal relationship with their listeners, with their audience. If you've got written content, go ahead and list who the author is, who they are, and again, what they have in common with your audience. It's about building that human relationship. And sure, you can use AI to help with the planning, with the outlining, with the drafting, and with the editing. You can use AI to help you repurpose the content for different audiences. Automation is absolutely part of both scaling up volume and lowering your cost of customer acquisition. You want to use the best of both worlds, both human and automation, to drive results for your business. That's what I mean. This is about making sure we're doing both and. If you want to acquire customers, if you want to acquire more customers, you want to be more human, not just seen as human, but actually be human. You want your content to connect with your customers as people, as human beings, as individuals, and as parts of the larger communities that they care about. You want to provide a human face that your customers can grow to trust. And yes, you also want to use AI as a valuable tool to produce and distribute your content more quickly, more easily, and in a more personalized way. It's not either or, it's both and. AI is not going to kill content marketing. There, I've said it. Let me plant a stake in the ground. AI will not kill content marketing. Bad content will. Boring, obviously machine generated content that lacks humanity will. Content that fails to connect with human beings as individuals and as members of the communities they care about will kill content marketing. In short, AI will only kill content marketing if you let it. So let's not do that, okay? All right, now looking at the clock on the wall, we are out of time for this week. I want to remind you again that you can find the show notes for this episode, as well as an archive of all past episodes by going to timpeter.com/podcast. Again, that's timpeter.com/podcast. Just look for episode 449. Don't forget that you can click on the subscribe link in any of the episodes that you find there to have Things Out Loud delivered to your favorite podcatcher every single week. You can also find Things Out Loud on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, anywhere fine podcasts are found. I would also very much appreciate it if you could provide a positive rating or review for the show whenever you use one of those services. If you like what you hear on Things Out Loud, if you enjoy what we talk about, if you like being part of the community that we're building here, please give us a positive rating or review. Reviews help other listeners find the podcast. Reviews help other listeners understand what Thinks Out Loud is all about. They help to build our community, and they mean the world to me. So thank you so very much for doing that. I very, very much appreciate it. You can also find Things Out Loud on LinkedIn by going to linkedin.com/Tim Peter and Associates. And of course, you can email me by sending an email to podcast@timpeter.com. Again, that's podcast@timpeter.com. Finally, and I know I say this a lot, but I want you to know how thrilled I am that you keep listening to what we do here. It means so very much to me. You are the reason we do this show. You're the reason that Things Out Loud happens every single week. So please, keep your messages coming on LinkedIn. Keep sending me things via email. I love getting a chance to talk with you, to hear what's going on in your world, and to learn how we can do a better job building on the types of information and insights and content and community that work for you and work for your business. So with all that said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I will look forward to speaking with you here on Thinks Out Loud next time. Until then, please be well, be safe, and as always, take care, everybody.